tell I gotta I gotta say the story because it sounds out of context for me to be like, oh yeah, I'm out here just punching people in the eye. But okay. So for context, yes, for Super Bowl this year, I'm doing a video for this. I'm gonna put this up on YouTube as well. I'm gonna put this up on my secondary channel because, like, listen, I don't already told my parents about well, I told my mom. I don't know if it is. I told my dad. I don't know if I told my dad. I'm sure it is. My mom probably told him. But me personally, I'm bopping him in the eye. Listen, okay, so let me tell you what happened. So Super Bowl Sunday, out here, I went to a bar that's close by, right? I went to a bar by myself. It's not the first time it is that I've done that, to be honest with you. Went to a bar and I'm friendly. I'm a friendly type of person. So I'm gonna go ahead. If I see some people, you know what I'm saying? I'm a like, especially with, white people, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be cool. Me and then like two other um gentleman that was next to me. We you know what I'm saying, we getting wings, you know what I'm saying? Like I had this like really big ass like bucket for like $10 of a drink. That shit was getting me nice and turned. So I'm already slightly inebriated. So they're ordering shots and everything. And there was really nice. There's really nice. You know, you're sitting down. Now, mind you, this bar is crowded. So you have people behind us standing and everything like that. Probably standing for a long period of time because the Super Bowl goes on for a couple hours. So there was some people behind us, right? And there's two girls. The two girls kind of like came closer to like the side of where we were because I could tell that their feet was hurting them. So the two gentlemen gave up their seats for these two girls, right? It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to the bathroom and everything, but like, you guys could sit here and whatnot because you guys were standing behind us this whole time. So they gave up their seat, and I'm like, that's really nice of them and everything. I appreciate the fact that they did that, right? So then they get up and they go ahead and go use the bathroom. So they put like the chair, they lean the chair towards like the bar to make it seem like it is like, obviously somebody was sitting there. So there's these two men, right? These two knuckle-headed dumbasses that decided to come to the bar. Right? One of them is Asian. The other one was an Indian guy. Both of them was dumbasses, and I'm gonna get to it. So this is after the halftime performance. We getting into third quarter now. Like I said, I'm already inebriated. All right? So the girls, when they come back, they're like, hey, you guys are sitting in my seat. This is in this. You guys are sitting in like in our seats. And the Asian guy looked up and he's like, you should never got up. The fuck? And already I'm giving him a side eye. I'm already just like, all right, this nigga being rude as shit. I don't like that. One thing it is I don't like, do not be like, I don't like that. I fight for my friends, okay? I fight for people it is I don't know. If you being rude or being mean to somebody, it is, I'm already gonna give you a side eye. I've already, like, the only times it is that I've gotten into school, like a school fight, because two girls started it, but one in particular, it was making fun of this autistic kid, and I didn't like that. So I went ahead and I did what it is I had to do. I ain't like that. I was like, you picking on somebody it is that literally cannot do the same thing to you. Why are you picking on somebody that is beneath you? I don't like that. So they already kind of being rude towards these girls. And then the Asian guy, like, he's like spilling beer all over the shit and whatnot. And like this a bartender already kind of looking at him a little weird, like all this other shit, right? So he's sitting next to me. He's sitting right next to me, right? I ordered me some motherfucking, I think it was lobster nachos. Yeah, he was done. He was done. He was done. He was done. I ordered me some lobster nachos. So I'm here, I'm eating my food, right? I got elbow to elbow. So at this rate, I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? I'm hungry. Elbow to elbow. I'm eating my nachos and everything. Get a little bit of my drink and whatnot. And then I'm watching the game. I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna even worry about this dude to the left of me. And like he being on some bullshit, but I'm not gonna say anything. So elbow to elbow eating. All of a sudden, I see a hand that is not my hand reach in for my fucking nachos. This bitch ass nigga next to me grabbed one of my nachos, one of my lobster nachos. I looked at that hand and I seen that nigga pull that shit, put that shit in his mouth. Even just talking about this makes me mad. I grabbed. I'm sorry. I gotta say this. I'm sorry. I have to go into details of how I did this. I grabbed this nigga by the throat, left hand by the throat, cocked this motherfucker right hand back, and I socked this nigga twice in the eye. It was twice in the eye. I lost it. That was the first time I ever had lost my cool like that. Yes, with his dirty hands. This nigga put his hands in my food. I'm like, nigga, I don't even know you. I don't even know you like that. You put your hands on my food? Top of the food chain. He put his hand in my food and ate my nachos. The girls seen that, and I'm like, not only it is, you was being disrespectful to the girls for no fucking reason. You took their seat. Then on top of that too, you go ahead and you put your fucking fingers on my fucking food? Oh yeah, nah. Hell no. Hell no. That right hand went right to the That right hand went straight to eye socket. And I know it is that I hit something hard, because this knuckle here, like I knew I hit something hard. It was probably like right here that I hit. Right here underneath the elbow. No, the eyebrow. I know I hit something hard, but I didn't feel it at the time because, one, I'm inebriated. Second, my adrenaline rush went up through the roof. So so here I am, grabbing this nigga by the throat, just, you know what I'm saying? You know? So now he's stunned. This nigga's stunned. This nigga's stunned. He's like, oh. He's stunned like shit. So the bartender comes up and was just like, what's going on? What happened? And I was just like, he's been on some bullshit. He's been disrespectful to these girls. He just put his hands on my food. The bartender, this is where Babs come in, because Babs was like, Ari, you should have ordered another. They should have given you another round of those nachos for free. I didn't even want any more. I wasn't hungry no more. My appetite was gone. She asked me and I told her no. I was like, I don't want it anymore. I don't. Get this shit away from me. I don't want this no more. So he got kicked out. He got kicked out of the bar. She's like, are you all right? Are you okay? I'm like, I'm good. And the girl's just like, thank you so much for sticking up for us. That he was being like so rude and he was being very obnoxious. And I'm good for you that you actually stood up, you stood up for yourself. I left there I left at like the end of third quarter. It wasn't even the fourth quarter and I was already back here in the VC. I was telling niggas is like, hey, listen, I just punched a nigga in the eye. I came back to the VC and like niggas was just like, you did what? Bro, I was so happy. I was happy as fuck. That adrenaline really did. It was, I had a high. You a little crazy? I'm a little crazy, but the nigga put his hands on my food. A nigga I don't know, The last time somebody put their hands on my food was my father. I was eating pizza. I never forget this. I was eating pizza and my dad was like, you don't want that shit. You don't want that. Took my pizza. I'm like, if it's my father or if it's my mother, I'm not, what can I say to my parents? You know what I'm saying? At birth, they raised me. I can't sit there and say anything. If they take my food, they take my food, I may look at them a little weird, but like, it's my parents, But somebody I don't know that put their hand in my food. I talked to my mom about this and my mom was like, listen, I can't be mad at you for this because who does stuff like that? Who goes ahead and just does that? That it was so rude. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that. And then plus his fucking dumbass friend, because there's a bar, across the street from the bar, there's a liquor store. This man went to the liquor store and then went into the bar asking the bartenders for, oh, can I able to get something to mix with this? Showed them the fucking bottle. And the bartender was like, aren't you the same guy that was at him? And you bring something from outside in a bar. Get the fuck out. Get out. Get out. So both of them two idiot niggas got kicked out of the bar that day. I sent that nigga to the hospital because of that shit. It's so stupid. It's like, why would you do that? Why would you do something like that? So that's why, like, I was in a high. That high feeling I had that night, it didn't really hit me until the next morning. The next morning, it is these knuckles were like, they hurt. This middle knuckle was pretty darkened, and now I felt a bit of like, damn, I'm a little embarrassed about that. I'm a little embarrassed about that stuff because I'm a very calm, cool, collected person. It takes a lot for me to get out of my character. But that was a triggered type of moment that I've never experienced before. I've never been put in a situation to where somebody had the audacity to just come up and just take my food like that. Like, you know, I've never been in anything like that. So I didn't know how to respond to it. You know, like, and it's been in this space to where it is. I felt like I keep feeling like it is. I'm getting tested. I keep feeling like it is that, like, some guys, some guys feel like it is that they can able to say whatever it is that they want to any old type of woman, and I don't like that. I do not like that. I do not like rude men. I don't like sassy men. I don't like rude men. I don't like none of that stuff. If you don't know how to treat a woman, you don't know how to, like, respect a woman, boundaries, or anything like that. Like, I get pissed off by that. You know, I don't like that shit at all. I hate that shit. He said, but I'm sassy. But you're not a nigga it is that's gonna go be petty with a woman like that. Like that. This is what I mean by sassy. This is what I mean as in sassy. Like, you do things to where it is like you would never do it to a nigga, but you do it to a woman because you feel like you can get away with that, or you look at women as weak. That's what I consider as sassy. I don't like that. You will never get anywhere remotely close to me if you act like that. If you think that being mean and trying to assert like all this level of dominance to a woman, but you would never do that to a nigga, no, I don't want no parts of that. That's what I like to call bitch made. Yeah, that. Okay, so then, and all right, then that's the proper wording. I don't like that. Like, don't do that. Like, you don't know how to, like, respect a woman, treat a woman right, or just even just platonically, or even just a bitch you don't know. Like, that's so weird to me. Like, who does that? Who goes and, like, somebody you don't know while they're eating the food, put your hands in that person. So that's why I put my hands on them. I looking back at that, do I feel like it was deserved? Yes and no. Yes and no. I look back at that. I'm like, damn, I should never punch them in the eye. But then the other part of me is just like, somebody had to do it. Somebody had to do it. Somebody had to go ahead and do it. But do I like, I would never tell anybody else to do what it is that I did. You know what I mean? It was 100% deserved. That's violation. It is, but I'm more so mad at myself that I got that angry. I don't get angry like that. No, you better not. You better not, True. You better not. He said, unless it's COD. Yeah, I was more so upset with myself. Ari Ali. And listen, my dad's a boxer. Or he was a boxer. So, you know, my dad was a boxer. Growing up, my dad was like an instructor for this boxing club out in like my hometown. So between him and his friend Ray, we would bring in like the youth from like Newburgh, the city of Newburgh, and just like teach them how to box, get them out of trouble, all that other stuff, have them something constructive. Yeah, that was one of my dad's friends. That was his name. He said, "That's me." I think something passed on to you. Hey, listen, I got like old pictures of when my dad was like the instructor. Oh shit, I didn't know that. I never knew that. The moment I heard you say you're from New York, I know you had hands. That's not okay. Listen, hold on. I do not fight like that. I'm telling you this right now. My parents grew up in the heart of like Brooklyn and shit that had to fight. Both of my parents had no choice but to fight. I grew up in the suburbs. I didn't have to fight. I didn't have a hard bone in my body as a kid. I had to learn that stuff. My mom always would get on me about like, you're too nice. You would have never survived in the city being like that. You're too nice, you're too friendly. You got to get a little bit of a backbone. My mom still to this day gets on me about it. He said, I'll fight you? Stop it. Stop it. But she can fight. Don't get it twisted. That's because I learned. My dad was a boxer. I watched my dad punch through so many different boxing, like the punching bags. Back when it used to be sand, a lot of the times it is that we'd have to get new equipment because my dad would release anger out on a punching bag and shit. Just load up Tekken then? Yeah, nah. So I have like cute little pictures, like back when I was a kid, when like, you know, it's like, Ariel, you gotta pose like this. Like you gotta look a little mean. I'm like, gotta look a little mean and everything. Like, my little dainty self taking these photos, I still have them. And it's cute. It's so cute to see it. It's like, aw. I wasn't fighting anybody. I wasn't in any fights and shit like that. I didn't get into like my first fight till I was 13, which I already told y'all about. When that story when I was 13, this girl wanted to fight me. I didn't know why she wanted to fight me. She was like, hit me as hard as you can. I'm like, no, I don't want to. And she kind of like put me in a position to where it is I had to fight her. And I cried. I was on top of her, wailing and then crying, like full-fledged tears, like Deku from fucking My Hero Academia crying. You know, I wasn't put in situations like that, so I didn't know how to react to it, you know? See, niggas love to underestimate skinny no gags but act like they can't fight, you know? Yeah, I was that little of a softie. I still am. I still am very much soft-hearted. But like I said, I don't like men that are disrespectful. I don't like men that do any of that stuff towards women. I can't stand that. That makes me the angriest. Or if I see anything that's like unjust to like my friends, or it could be somebody it is that I don't even know. Like it could be a man being disrespectful towards a woman on the street. I'm stepping in. It don't gotta be nobody else. Let me handle it. I'll shit. You know? Don't let her lie to y'all. Nah, she looking like Happy from Tokyo Revenge. You're the good girl who. I'm not. I don't get into fights. I really don't. I've only gotten into 2 fights in school, and I never got suspended from school. I never had detention. I never got expelled from school. None of that stuff. Even the 2 times it is I got into a fight, the other girls got suspended. I didn't. You know, because I didn't start it. I was just here to defend myself. I was just here to defend myself. But that's it. But yes, that's what happened. That's what happened, y'all. That's what happened. Oh man, I know somebody's gonna be in these comments gonna be like, "Oh yeah, Ari, she be boxing, niggas. She be fighting for sure, for sure." No, I don't. I may be a little mouthy, but that's it. I don't like putting my hands on people unless it is like I have to. If you back me in up against a wall to where I have to fight you, then I have to do what I have to do. But I won't be happy about the fact that I had to did what I have to do. You know what I mean? Because I was not I never grew up in an environment to where it is that I had to do that like all my life and everything. Like I don't like doing stuff like that. New server profile. What did you do? Blue, what did you do? What did you do? I'm nervous. New server Nah, hell no. Nah. Blue, what did you do? But all right, y'all, let me end this video. Listen, like I said, I'm not a violent person, y'all. It's just I got put in a situation, you know. Oh, that was Babs. Sorry. My fault.